do, and boom, you're going to get it. So I'm just going to share a very brief information about these parameters. So this is the HTML version, which tells you the version of the HTML. This is the uniform resource identifier, which is going to identify the resource, from which server is coming from. Date and time format is specified for the server synchronization. It just specifies the date and time format. Then you have the character set. Usually it's UTF-8, but depends. There are multiple character sets, so it tells the character set. Then it's character encoding. I'm sorry, these are the character set. These are the character encoding, which tells the encoding type, the character encoding type. Then you have the media type, whichever media types are there. Then there's the language tags, which language tag this document has been rendered in. So this is really important. The character set is there, the character encoding is there, then the media type is there, the language is there, datetime format, URI, this all information, this all metadata is sent during the HTTP communication. So in the simple terms, we can again diversify it into the start line, the header line, and message body. Your HTTP communication will encompass all of these things: the start line, header line, the message body. So giving example of the start line, this is how a start line will look when the request line is sent by the client, by you. For example, you have a browser, you want to go to some website, then this is the request line sent by your browser. Your browser is the client. So that's why. So you can see get is the method, then the file that is looking for, and then the version of the HTTP. You can see, and for example, as soon as it retrieves the file, the server which has the file is going to send you back a status line, which is going to be HTTP 1.1. you see, and then 200 means yes, okay. This is and okay, it means yes, it's done. You can see over here, this is status code as well, 200. It means it's being done. And so now moving on, this is how a header line will appear. The header fields will contain the header information for both request and response message. So this is how it's going to be. I'm going to explain one by one a little bit. So below example shows the header file. I'm just reading it out. So the user agent. The user agent is going to be, this is the information that you have for the user agents. This is the host, for example, whichever host is going to host the website, who's going to give you the information. Then this is the language is going to accept. This is the date and time format, 27 July 2000, whatever it is. The server is give the server information, which is going to be Apache. Then you have the last modified, whenever the document is modified, the last. Look at the time format is GMT. Then there's the E tag. Then it accept ranges, means for what ranges it accepts, is going to be byte. Then content length is going to be 51, vary. It accepts encoding, and the content type is going to be text plain. So you can see over here all the information has been placed, and this is the header line. Now moving on to the message body, how the message body will look. So the requested data, whatever information that you want, it comes under the message body. And for example, this is how it's just a basic HTML code. So whenever you're going to get the message, obviously you want the website, you don't want the metadata, but the metadata will be leveraged by the browser as well as another applications in order to provide you with a complete solution. Without the metadata, how can your browser render this information? And even for search engines, how can they list your website if they don't have the metadata? This thing is important for the user, but metadata is really important for your web engine, for your web browser, for applications, for search engines to actually understand what the document is all about. And these are the header lines that I've already discussed. So this is HTTP. Yes, it is a bit subjective in nature, and definitely it is way more deeper than this, but for the sake of the simplicity, in order to make it understand, because in HTML, HTTP, HTTPS, TLS, all these things are deeply linked with each other, so it's really important to have information about all these things.